Hey everybody, this is Justin with I'm Your Astrology for another weekly update. And this week's video is going to be centering on the new moon in Pisces. What typically is Piscean energy is kind of difficult, but I think with everything that's been happening January and February leading up into the end of this month, it's kind of what the doctor ordered. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune in its harder aspects is kind of delusional, illusional, sees what it wants to see. It could be subject to psychological issues, especially when it comes in conjunctions. But on the nicer side of things, Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. And Venus would represent, and that combination would be love, compassion, creativity. And I think right now we have a lot of positive aspects hitting this new moon. So I think it's going to be bursts of inspiration, especially coming out of a very difficult first quarter of the year. So I've broken this down into a few phases. Phase one, we have Neptune is going to be in a sextile with Jupiter. And then the new moon and sun and Mercury are going to have a harmonious aspect over to Uranus. So this combination to me is, with Neptune, Jupiter, and Uranus. Uranus is sudden flashes of insight. This new moon energy is going to be, dealing with our dream state, our wishes, our desires. It's also going to be in trine with the North Node. So that is basically a shift in your destiny. And when you're dealing with the North Node is our destiny in this incarnation. And typically it means it's a destiny that we've never experienced in our past lives. And so basically, we've kind of been stuck in quicksand to start the year. And this is all leading into March and some greater things coming in the second part of the year. But basically what we're getting is these flashes of divine inspiration. This would be a great time to further enhance your meditation practice. We talked in other videos about creating your vision board. From a shamanic perspective, you have everything you desire inside of you. And it's all about accessing the higher realms and pulling it into form. Nothing is outside of you. So with this new moon in Pisces, we'll have some more structure. Typically Pisces can be kind of dreamy, and with this Mercury retrograde kind of creates a fogginess, but we're having some harmonious aspects that are going to help us kind of overcome some of the traditional more difficulties. So when you talk about your dream state or higher realms, when you think about this alignment with Jupiter, the new moon and Mercury and Uranus, it kind of makes me feel like the law of attraction. But the one, I think, missing element, obviously we understand the concept of law of attraction. What you give energy to grows, and that works both in the positive and negative polarity. In this situation, what we're pulling from to ignite it is law of attraction, energy plus emotion. What is emotion? Energy in motion. So it's taking what we get from the ether and pulling it into a form in almost a very Virgoan way. So what I see going on is we're going to have some divine downloads. Either it's going to come to us in our dream state, through meditation, through a shamanic journey, or if you're consulting an astrologer, tarot reader, there's going to be something that lights the flame, something that is that aha moment. There it is. And the next kind of chain reaction to that is Mars is going to be conjunct the south node, and it's in a harmonious trine to Uranus. And then the sun and Mercury is also sextiling the Mars on the south node. So south node is, traditionally our karma, but it's also the talents in which we bring in with us from a past life. So we might be bringing in some past life faculties that's going to allow us to reach higher levels, and we could bring that into a building phase to better access our north node and our destiny. So Mars and Uranus, it's very fast acting. It's very impulsive. It's Mars and Capricorn in general are very successful people. They get shit done. They're goal oriented. They're driven by goals and accomplishing tasks. But there's some contrast to this. So we have this divine lightning bolt of Uranus to Jupiter to the new moon inspiration. That's going to light us up, get us excited. Mars and Uranus is going to want us to have us take action. And then with the sun and Mercury, and that same sextile, will be very clear with these visions. It won't be so foggy or it's like almost watching back when the tube TVs, when you would change in between channels, there's that fuzziness. Well, that fuzziness is going to dissipate, and we'll have direct hits, almost like how you feel in a deja vu moment. It's so real that you feel like you've done it before. And that's how this is going to kind of approach us. Now, the second phase is the Mars action to Uranus and the Sun and Mercury sextile to Mars. So we have that inspiration, and then it's building. It's like it's breaking ground and pouring the foundation. I feel a lot of this will come together slowly over time. We'll have a full moon in Virgo coming upon us and shortly, and that's going to follow the new moon in Aries. And I think once we get to the new moon in Aries, that's when we're going to be able to actually take actualized steps. But to caution everyone, this is good harmonious energy. We're accessing higher levels, but we're still in Mercury retrograde. And that's not a time to initiate anything new. But it's a pause time to let things settle and build. So we're in the building, we're planting the seed, and we're slowly watching our dreams grow, but it's not quite that time to bloom. So I know a lot of us, with some of the hard squares we had in January, and kind of the up and down energy of early February, we really just want something to happen. A lot of times what we want in the physical 3D realm and what spirit and the universe has for us, timeline, is two different things. Things are going to pick up in a very dramatic way. So, when we fast forward or rewind, months from now and we look back at this period, we're going to kind of wish like, wow, I wish I took some extra time and contemplation and rest earlier in the year because we're going to be so busy. And again, what we could use in this energy to kind of help us pause and pump the brakes is we do have a square from Venus to Jupiter. Anytime I see that, it's typically overindulgence or even could be laziness. The way to get on the opposite side of the square is to kind of go after what you want. Go after what you want in a very methodical way. Remember, Jupiter is in Capricorn for the rest of the year. And, we all were blessed and privileged to have Jupiter in Sagittarius last year, where things just kind of, opportunities came a lot more easily with ease and grace. Capricorn is, it's like climbing the ladder. You're just not going to go from A to Z, you're going to go through every single step. And I think right now it's actually important to have more of that granular, methodical approach because, when the nodes are shifting soon, we're all going to have a change in destiny. And we want to go into this composed with a plan Trust me, doing these steps now than later are going to basically manifest a much better result than what you're looking for. So, what's the takeaways from this? How to use this energy? I've been talking about this a lot in the last few videos, but really, develop your vision board. And then once you have this created, you're sending a signal to your mind and to your subconscious mind. A lot like when you think about how this works against us in a lot of ways, like worry. When you worry, you suffer twice. And the reason for that is you are feeling your body and your mind are feeling the emotions of worry as if something real is happening. Most times worry is we're just concerned about what could come, but your body reacts to it the same way in a very harmful state. So to flip the table on that energy is when you envision and you dream and you see what you want, tie the emotions to it. If you see yourself getting your dream job, think about how you're going to feel on your first day of work or when you actually receive that offer letter. For me, my own life, I've been in a certain industry for 15, 16 years, which has brought me tremendous opportunities. It's almost prepared me in a lot of ways for what I'm doing now. My dream is to work with people one-on-one and help them find their dreams, wishes, and desires. Child development, astrology, astrocartography, kind of tackling, your chart by doing shadow work and taking what I've learned from shamanism and astrology and help people get on the other side of their squares, to understand the process of Saturn, understand, the empowering nature of getting through Pluto in your chart. I would not be where I am today if I didn't, tackle some of these things head on. So my true passion is exactly that. It's empowering people. I didn't receive a lot of mentors in life. I didn't have, a lot of people do have a traditional home setting and fostering and nurturing in that way. I had to seek out mentors, and I had kind of an unorthodox approach to my healing, and it's not for everyone, but it's definitely for some people. And I feel that I have a message to give to the world. Right now, I'm just kind of perfecting my communication, how I offer this energy to people. It's not, things will hit to a culmination point, but I, just like you, going through this same process together. And I, when I work with people looking at these videos, that's why I went with angel in disguise. There's no hierarchy in this message. Picture two trees in the woods growing side by side at the same height. I want to walk with you guys and give you tangible, processes and how to work with the energy of astrology, so you could harness more of your potential in these moments. But still, I'm at a building period. So use your vision more, connect with the visions emotionally. I would also, when you're, getting closer to bedtime, I would either bring the vision board in your room or, a glance through it, use the emotional connection process prior to bed. You can bring that into your dream state, which will further create more manifestation power, especially with the positive emotions linked to it. Also, with this Mercury retrograde energy, it's very ungrounding, especially even these harmonious aspects could want us to have knee-jerk reactions. So those of you that are in nicer climates, earthing is a very good thing to do. Is going outside barefooted and envision the sun coming through the top of your crown chakra, through your chakra system, out your root, and then coming back and up, back and down, north and south, north node, south node. For those of you that are in the winter climates. Doesn't mean you can't earth. Obviously, I would not recommend going out barefoot and getting frostbite. What I say to you is when you wake up in the morning, and you're just breaking into your dream state, into reality, visualize how you prefer to feel, visualize your dreams, your fantasies, your desires. And when you're still in the mental state, close your eyes and envision a blue beam of light that runs through your crown. It's like bringing those visions into your mind, into your heart, into your solar plexus, so your claircognizance, into your root, and ground it through the ground, and have that blue beam of light run back up through, back down, and keep going until you feel that connection. These are simple energetic tips that can, basically help you harness this energy. I know it's been a tough run. Saturn's also going to be moving signs next month. So it's going to be more in a helpful position in Aquarius. So all of us have been having, it's going to be a big shift when Saturn changes signs. And for me, it's been in my 4th house. So it's been very difficult, especially difficult emotions, especially with family. And where my roots, speaking of roots, where are rooted from. I've had to make some major shifts in that regard. So, and that's all affecting us, depending on your rising sign. Anyways, I hope you take this to heart. I hope you receive this message with ease, grace, and glory. Until next week, I'm Justin with I'm Your Aid Astrology. I'm not your coach. I'm not your guru. I'm not your guide. I am your aid. I am your angel in disguise. I help you, empower you.